Alola everybody, my name's Gabby and I'm here with yet another battle of the day. Now I am starting recording this video slightly earlier than my last one because I kind of want to see what the music options are because I really hope one of them is the Aether Foundation battle theme. Unfortunately, I got cut off when selecting music because Aries from Australia wishes to battle me. I wonder why they're looking for battles on BattleSpot. That's so weird. Anyways, it looks like Aries is running a Tapu Koko, Celesteela, Milotic, Porygon 2, Alolan Marowak, and Garchomp team. I am still running the same team as I was in my last video against Jake. VGC? Jack? VGC? I call him Jake. Which is Garchomp, Xurkitree, Celesteela, Alolan Ninetales, Tapu Lele, and Alolan Marowak. It is very weird saying these names right now because I feel like with the last metagame, I just got so familiar with all the Pokemon, and now it's like, I don't know what these syllables are. What's a Lele? I don't know. So, looking at this team, I do see it has a Trick Room option in the form of Porygon 2 and Alolan Marowak. Celesteela can be either slow or fast. I don't know if anybody's decided on what they like yet in that regard. As for what I'm going to do, I want Ninetales Tapu Lele as my lead. I really like that in terms of a combo. And then Xurkitree and Alolan Marowak in the back. Probably not the best choice now that I'm actually talking about it and not just pressing buttons while trying to think of something to say. But that is part of the metagame. It is learning how to talk while playing and also learning what all these new things do because I honestly still don't know. Like, someone earlier was telling me, oh yeah, what about, like, Psychic Seed as a hold item for your Tapu Lele? And I was like, Psychic Seed? Is there, like, some sort of tree or some new kind of berry I need to go find? No. Fortunately, it looks like... Excuse me, I still have a little bit of a cough from yesterday, if you can't tell. Garchomp, Celesteela lead. Biggest threat this turn, I believe, is going to be a heavy slam from that Celesteela into the Alolan Ninetales. I really doubt that Garchomp is going to do anything other than switch out or protect, so I'm going to use this opportunity to both set up Aurora Veil and set up a Calm Mind on my Tapu Lele. I don't know if Calm Mind is a good thing on Tapu Lele, but I watched Wolf Glick's video on Tapu Lele, and he's like, if you like Bulk, do this thing. And I'm like, I love Bulk, so I did that thing. We do see Garchomp protect this turn. Ninetales is free to set up that Aurora Veil, which should help my defenses overall. And I get the Calm Mind up because Tapu Lele is faster than Celesteela, who will go for the heavy slam into the Tapu Lele, actually, and not the Ninetales, because I completely forgot that Tapu Lele is also a fairy type. I keep thinking it's only psychic, but that really is not the case. Aurora Veil definitely saving us there. Looking at the damage done to Tapu Lele, it was under half, so that is usually the point of no return. Speaking of no return, I will probably not get another move after this. So from Tapu Lele, I will most likely be knocked out. Blizzard from Ninetales into that Garchomp, hopefully for the knockout. It had taken chip damage from the hail, so it's probably not holding Focus Sash anymore. And Z-move Psychic into the Celesteela because I honestly don't know what else to do there. We see Marowak switch in for that Garchomp. A very interesting play. I was not expecting a switch so early, but you know, good for her. I guess it is a her. Good for her. We're going to see me do the Z-move dance again, which I actually haven't learned. I think I mentioned it in my last video, but I played through the entire story mode of the game without using a Z-move once because I thought that would be kind of funny. It was, but they only acknowledged it once in the dialogue, so that was a little bit disappointing. I was really hoping I'd get to the Elite Four and beat the champion, and they'd be like, oh my god, like, how did you beat the Elite Four? You're so strong, like, you rule. etc. Heavy slam from that Celesteela into the Tapu Lele for the knockout. Shattering Psyche, leaving Celesteela with a decent chunk of health. Unfortunately, it will restore all damage from that Hail Strike, thanks to its leftovers hold item. Marowak, though, also taking chip damage. I can send in my Marowak now, or I can send in my Xurkitree and try and do spread. I can't really do spread damage, can I? Yeah, so I think we're stuck with sending in Marowak here. I am running full HP, full attack on my Marowak, but I subtracted some HP to give me a speed advantage. I would tell you how much, but I honestly don't recall. I kind of did this thing where I was like, okay, so how much how much speed do I think people will be running? Usually people run 12 to 20, so I think I used like 20, maybe 36 EVs. I don't know. It was some weird number. Another Blizzard from Ninetales because I don't really have much else I can attack it with. An interesting thing to note here, Marowak outspeeding both the Marowak on my opponent's side of the field and the Celesteela. Now, I don't know enough about these speed tiers yet, but that does not seem right. I have a feeling, I mean, granted, this is a 31 IV Marowak. I did just bottle cap all of these for lack of... I was going to say for lack of wanting to breed like a real team, but it was more just, it didn't seem like it was worth the effort at the time. Especially since everybody is still trying to figure out the metagame right now. We see Celesteela setting up for its endgame using Leech Seed against Ninetales, meaning it will recall a lot of health. It'll heal a decent chunk of health, and it's probably going to protect this next turn to try and optimize the amount of HP it can get back, thanks to that Leftovers and Leech Seed combo. Fortunately, I do still have another Pokemon in the back I could switch out. But seeing that Garchomp come back in, knowing that Ninetales has Moonblast, he's either going to... I should be saying she. She's either going to double protect here, or she's going to attempt to use that Garchomp to knock out my Marowak. I am more afraid, honestly, of that Garchomp than I am anything else. So even if we do see a double protect here, it's okay, because I know that Marowak can do enough damage to that Celesteela to make up the difference from a turn of Leech Seed and Leftovers health restoring to it. My phrasing just seems really weird right now. Sorry, guys, if I'm talking funny. But to me, there's no additional sort of risk because Ninetales already lost its Focus Sash. We know it is very weak. Aurora Veil might be up this turn. I believe it's been 5 turns. I could actually check on the bottom screen if it's not, but the text in game should reveal that shortly once we're done with all of these stalling for time animations. But yeah, threat number 1 on the battlefield right now is definitely that Garchomp. We do not see Hail go away, so... Alright, this is the last turn of Hail. This is the last turn of Aurora Veil. So we're going to use that to our full advantage. Blizzard and not that Moonblast. I'm going to save that on the off chance we see Garchomp switch out once again after using that Protect to definitely secure a knockout on it next turn. And if Shadowbone connects with Celesteela and gets that knockout, great. Again, if it doesn't, it's not the end of the world. Celesteela is one of those Pokemon that you have to manage it, and you can't just let it set up Leech Seed and Protect and Leftovers forever. But right now, it's not posing a threat. I can still switch. I can still shut it down in terms of it setting up its engine. So that's where we are. We see Garchomp switching out, Tapu Koko taking the field in its place. We'll see Psychic Terrain go away and the Electric Terrain take its place. So that's going to boost the power of electric attacks. And I believe prevent any Pokemon who is touching the ground from falling asleep. Not that that part makes a huge difference on the field right now. Knowing that I have Circuitry in the back, this Electric Terrain will give me an attack bonus, definitely. Again, it just comes down to managing threats, and right now, I think Garchomp will be forced to attack this turn because my Marowak does have Lightning Rod. like I think most Marowaks do at this point. So Tapu Koko is forced to rely on non-electric attacks. We do see it go for a discharge anyways, boosting my special attack. Not that this is a special Marowak. It comes down to how much damage is this going to do to Ninetales. Will it be enough to knock it out? Ninetales holds on with 26 HP, using that Moonblast to target Garchomp. It is a non-same type attack bonus boosted attack, and it misses the KO on Garchomp by just a little bit, who retaliates with a Rock Slide, connecting with Marowak. If Marowak flinches here, I'm kind of not in a great position, but we'll see. It's a 30% flinch rate. We do not see that happen. Shadowbone will successfully connect with the Tapu Koko for the knockout. So all I have to do is land one attack on this Garchomp, and this game is mine. Which you may be thinking to yourself, wow, Gabby, that sounds so easily. And then I'm thinking to myself, no, we already know that Garchomp has Rock Slide. Circuitry is slower than Garchomp by a decent chunk of speed, actually. And that's something I really don't like about Circuitry. I wish it were faster, which is why, honestly, I might switch to running, like, Tapu Koko in its place eventually. For now, I still have fun saying Circuitry, and it still amuses me that it's holding a balloon. But yeah, it's very easy for Garchomp to flinch basically all of these Pokemon. We see one flinch. We do not see Marowak flinch, fortunately. Shadowbone will connect and deal that last bit of damage and a crit to knock out, I forget my opponent's name. Aries, there we go. Aries is last Pokemon. So yeah, a 2-0 win on my side of the field. It came to, oh, sorry guys. It all came down to managing the threat of that Celesteela. I think my opponent put a little bit more stock into it than they should have, given how she was doing a lot of switching and sort of lowering her offensive potential in between turns, which is why I was able to win. I think, like I said yesterday, this is a very high offense team. There's not a lot of strategy to it. It's mostly meant to capitalize on the fact that a lot of people are still learning the metagame, myself included. But hey, if you want to learn the metagame too, stick around. I'll be posting videos every day this week, and hopefully a good chunk of next week. I have to record some this week because I'll be away. So yeah, thank you everybody for watching. I really appreciate it. I hope you have an amazing Wednesday, and I will see you tomorrow for more Battles of the Day. Alola!